this. Another day, another dollar, another edition of The Drive. You were listening to The Drive on 96.5 The Fan. You were listening taking you up until 6 o'clock. So the next three shows are going to have a little bit of a different theme and feel to it. You guys know that the Chiefs are off this week, as they have earned a bye as being the number one seed in the AFC. So today is going to be dedicated to a little bit more big picture stuff with the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to be joined by Mike Giannetti. Mike Giannetti is with Spa Track. Eligible for an extension after this season. What happens with Trey Smith? What happens with Nick Bolton? We are going to cover the long-term picture for the Kansas City Chiefs. Tomorrow is going to be much more of a college basketball-centric show. KU plays later tonight against Arizona State. We just saw Missouri. They won their first conference game in a long time. K-State, they keep losing conference games. So tomorrow is going to have a little bit more we're going to kick things off on today's show. We are still trying to figure out the pizza situation from Pizza Tassio. I'm certainly hopeful that Pizza Tassio comes back, but some of those things are out of my control. But I do hope that you guys at least do these two things. Number one, I hope you listen to the show every day at 2 o'clock. I also hope you tell one friend. I don't care if you tell two friends. It will be great if you tell one friend. The Kansas City Chiefs have had, you are going to get some phone calls about some of your coordinators, and other teams are going to be interested in interviewing those individuals. Well, Matt Nagy got the call from the New York Jets, and Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, he got the call from the Las Vegas Raiders, also got the call from the New York Jets. Now, the Nagy conversation, I think, I don't know if the Jets have a favorite for their job. I think it's Rex Ryan. I think at the end of all of this, I think he ends up going back to New York. I think he wants the job more than anybody else. The fans will accept him. There's a passion there. He knows the culture. He knows what it takes to be the head coach of the New York Jets. I think ultimately he gets that job. But all of those cliches that we say at this time of the year. So I don't have any problem with the Jets coming out and interviewing those candidates. Now let's talk about Steve Spagnuolo. Now, I want to be clear, at least in my feelings on Steve Spagnuolo. He has proven that he is one of the best, if not the best defensive coordinator that the National Football League has ever seen. He is as a head coach. Let me give you guys a stat, because this stat will blow your mind. I didn't know this until earlier today. I Googled it on a whim because I was curious. Did you guys know that Josh McDaniels as a head coach and Steve Spagnuolo have both coached the same amount of games? 52. It's a decent sample size, right? 52. That's what? Wins as a head coach than Steve Spagnuolo. In those 52 games, Steve Spagnuolo won 11 of them as a head coach. Josh McDaniel won 21. If I ask you guys, was Josh McDaniel a good head coach? All of you would tell me no. If I asked you if he was a great coordinator, you would tell me yes. Steve Spagnuolo, I think, fits this same category. This is not a knock. I think Steve Spagnuolo is I started as an intern for somebody who went on to be really successful. Shout out to Nick Wright. As somebody who got their on-air start on the Danny Parkins show, I understand feeling like, man, you know what? I'm not getting the respect that I deserve. I'm not getting the credit I deserve. I feel like I should be a number one. You feel like you're in somebody else's shadow, and nothing you do in your life, nothing you do in your career is going to be good enough. I understand that feeling. It's not going to be because the Chiefs aren't successful. They're the best team in the National Football League. You've won multiple Super Bowls. You get to coach with one of your good friends. One of your good friends gives you complete autonomy to run the defense how you want to run it. Andy Reid's not tinkering with the defense. That's not who he is. He's an offensive guy. Sure, he might offer up some input, but that entire side of the ball you want to promote, you offer up your input. I don't bother you on that side. I trust that you're going to do your job. You know I'm going to do my job. I'm going to take care of things. We're going to work together. You're not a defensive coordinator. You're like a co-head coach of this thing. You've got great respect in this locker room from everybody on the offensive, defensive, special teams. You've seen how the guys on that defense love Steve Spagnuolo. This is not a respect thing. And there is a void potentially missing, that there is something that is lacking in your resume. And there's a question that you want to answer for yourself. Can I do it? Can I be the number one? Can I be the A mic? Can I lead the show? Can I be the lead singer? Let it go. That does not matter. You got the respect, you got the money, you got the accolades, you got the everything that you need, you currently have at the job you also have to understand the importance of organizational structure. I would have a little different feeling on this if Steve Spagnuolo was being asked to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, for example. Let's say Nick Sirianni decided to step down and they wanted to get a defensive-minded head coach and they brought in Steve Spagnuolo. I would understand entertaining that job, great city, great organization, with the Jets. Have you not seen the Jets' problems? You're going there. You don't know who your general manager is. You have a very questionable ownership group. You have no clue who your quarterback is. You don't really have a whole lot of talent. That's the job that you want to leave Kansas City for? That one? The other job he's being asked for is the Las Vegas Raiders. If there is anybody that should know the Raiders and the pieces and the talent that they have, isn't it you? Ready for that team. There's something over there that intrigues you and excites you. My advice to Spags would be very simple. I'm talking like Elsa from Frozen. You got to let it go. You have a phenomenal situation in Kansas City. And sure, you are never going to get the amount of credit that Andy Reid gets for everything that has happened in Kansas City. He's the head coach. He's done it in multiple locations. He's had great success. Ultimately, the buck stops with everybody was not made to be Beyonce. Everybody was not made to be Justin Timberlake. That doesn't mean that you can't have a successful music career. And that's what Steve Spagnuolo is. You are one of the best number twos. You are one of the best B mics that the league has ever seen. You don't need to prove anything to me. I don't think you also need to prove anything to yourself. You got a chance to win another is not the way to fill that. You had 52 games as a head coach in the National Football League. Your team went 11-41. You were not good at it. You are phenomenal in the job that you have. I would advise you to keep it. Coming up on the other side, Rob, let's take a big picture look at the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to be joined by Mike Giannetti of Spot Track. We're going to get his thoughts on Trey Smith, Nick Bolton.
Six Five, The Fan, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
It's cold outside, and the cupboard is bare. No worries. Let Hy-Vee do the shopping with Aisles Online. It's easy. Go to Hy-Vee. 'What could be better? We do the shopping and deliver your groceries. You stay warm and save money. Download the Aisles Online app or go to Hy-Vee.com today.
As the Chiefs go for a three-peat in the big game, Hy-Vee's making my life easier. Hy-Vee's my one-stop shop for all game day needs. From official Chiefs apparel to fan favorites, including wings, ready-to-bake pizza, and freshly prepared dips like spinach artichoke, street corn, and buffalo chicken dip. Hy-Vee has Chiefs-themed cookies and sheet Chiefs.
Hey, it's Karen with Shamrock Roofing and Construction. Ready to replace that roof? We have flexible financing options, 12 months same as cash, and don't make a payment for 90 days. And that's just one of many options we offer. Get on the schedule now with our in-house Consumer Credit Center. One call does it all for flexible payment options, affordability, and peace of mind. Visit shamrockroofer.com. That's shamrockroofer.com or call 1-866-932
Which players are going to go off and which ones are going to stay ice cold. And with over 5 million happy players and 2 billion won, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athlete performances. Underdog is the only champs platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. Now you can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. And every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back. $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code BOB. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply.